Guys, it's Team Solemn Circus here with the Mimighoul Master. Ended up running it back, getting first place at locals today, and he upgraded the cards. We have now a QCR Giant. How you feeling today, Todd?
Not good, I guess. Same as always.
Any shouts you want to give before we dive on in? You got first place today. Did you go undefeated at any point, or did you end up losing a match today?
I lost one.
What did you lose to?
Malice.
Fair enough, fair enough.
I lost in time, I think, if I remember. I don't know.
Okay, fair.
I didn't draw anything, he didn't draw anything, and then he drew Pistiles.
That will do it.
I didn't draw Pistiles.
Any shouts you want to give before we dive on in?
No. We'll just get into it, I guess. I don't know. Shout out to the channel. Shout out to all the normal people. Yada, yada, yada. Alright, so we played, standard 3 Dragon, 3 Archfiend. This is like standard numbers.
This is the pure variant, right?
No, I'm playing Azamina cards.
Okay.
They were really good. They did a lot. They just so many interruptions from those cards. I still play 2 Fairy. Having one to extend is really good. It also is really good against Ryziel when you're constantly trying to interrupt them and they don't get their searches. If you flip this during their turn. And then I play the 1 Armor. I know people hate this. The 1 Cerberus, the 1 Slime. If you don't like this, just don't play it.
Would you bump Slime up to 2?
No, I'd probably just take it out. You can play 2 Slime, this card kind of sucks. It's like just good at 1, you can grab it when you need it. A lot of people don't play this though, because if you flip it against Malice, it does nothing. But you can just not flip it against Malice. You can like normal it, special Fairy and keep going. And then we play the 1 Master. Yeah, that's pretty standard, I guess. We play the 3 Dungeons. I finally stopped being cheap and bought shiny ones. The Terraforming, yes, I finally played Terraforming. Everyone hates that I don't play Terraforming. I finally put it in. Only 2 Maker. I wanted to make space. I just wanted to make space to play other cards. You only really need like 2 Maker. Like Terraforming gets you Dragon, gets you Maker. Dungeon gets Maker. Summon Dragon gets Maker. Just Maker gets Maker. And I'm also playing more Thrust than I was before because I want to thrust into a lot of just cards that tell my opponent they can't play the game. So I only played 2. I never wanted any more today. I never wanted, obviously, any less. 2 is the least you can play, but yeah, I was fine at 2. And then I played the 3 Dungeons.
So why 3 room? Like 3 room and only 2 Makers? Interesting, because it's like a brick, air quotes, but a really good card.
Maker will get you going, and it flips a monster up on your opponent's turn. But like, flip room just ends turns. When you get into grind games, like flip room will still just end a turn. Like if you play against Malice, there's times where you're just like in a real bad grind game. They just normal summon something. If it doesn't activate on summon, you just room and like their turn just stops.
Okay.
It stops you from exceeding. It stops you from being able to link off things. Like when they go dual drive, if you don't have a hand trap, you just room.
They can't continue, yeah.
Summon something, give them the thing on their side, yeah. This card's crazy. This is like Big Lab 2.0. Arguably better in my opinion, but
room is pretty crazy.
Yeah. And then on the Azamina cards, played 1 Witch. I played 3 Wanteds, 1 Deception, 1 Azamina, and I played 1 of this card. This card is insane.
So I'm gonna ask with the 1 Diabellstar. What's up with that?
I just didn't want to play too many because like sending cards isn't terrible in this deck, but there's not too many cards you want to send. Like I think sometimes it sounds kind of crazy, but you can like send Maker off of Witch and then like give them something, and then when they special to disrupt you, you can like flip the monster off the Maker and still get like the effect, which is like probably the best thing you can send, or like maybe even a room if you have too many rooms. But most likely I was just sending dead cards today. I only had 3 targets, and this isn't the most important card of the deck, so like having the 3 Wanteds plus the 1 Witch was fine. This gets banished when you reset it, so usually I was using this to put this back and then get the draw. Because, I don't know, maybe at the end I'll show what I was doing with these cards. Nothing crazy, but this searches this gets this gets this, or this. You can thrust into either one of these, so if you need both, you can just thrust into the other one. These cards are crazy. They help you play through a lot, and they give you, a lot of disruptions. And having the 2nd Book of Moon is really good, especially when you have Dungeon. We played some non-engine cards. Like I said, we played double Thrust. I have another one on the side. We played double Talents. Talents is still crazy. And then I played the 1 Featherstorm.
In the main deck?
In the main deck, yes. This card FTKs everything. Especially when you go into Ensemble, because they can't even special and get the monster off the board because you just bounce it. That's it for those. The rest was just like hand traps, just like 3 ash, 3 nib. We played 3 Veiler and 3 Imperm. These were fine. Veiler's kind of decent again because there's a lot of cards you just want to stop. Like these, stopping a dual drive is really good. Either one of these paired with Room basically stops the Ryzeal deck because if they go like, I don't know, discard Engraver, search track, grab Lurie. If you just Room the Lurie, then they have to special from hand to get the Lurie into the grave, which means they're locked into rank 4. So now you just have to deal with the Ryzeal cards, which is really good. It also helps. And then like stopping that and then also having like Nib just like is really good for playing around their stuff. That's it for the main deck. I think there's 45. I don't remember. We played the 2 Giants, the 1 Throne. This is fine. Like if you ever need this back, you just grab it back off the field spell. Giant's really good. You need 1 to get yourself going. It's usually searches room. You need 2, usually to OTK. If you're like here from the Mimighoul like Facebook group, I preach that this card is really good because it lets you flip a monster face up, and then this lets all your monsters attack directly, and this gives them 1,000 boost. So like just like super quick math, you've already played your turn, you're going into your second turn, they have a face down monster. So you have this is 35, and then if you have this is 3,000. So that's 6,500 damage right there. If this attacks directly, it's game, or you just detach, pop 2 cards, and burn for game. You don't even have to like interact with their board to like OTK because the Ripple Bear just gives you that extra little bit of damage. Sorry, you have to have the field spell up to do that. But I really like it. It's also a wing beast. So if you make this in defense and all your other monsters are in defense, they can't attack. And then if you activate Featherstorm, they have no effects. So you just put this up in defense with a couple other monsters. They have no effects. They can't attack. They pass back. You win the game.
Turn skip, we like them.
I'm not saying you should rely on putting that in defense because if you get the Imperm, they can attack. But yeah, we play this. Also, Wing Beast. You can detach. Can't be destroyed by battle card effects. You can activate the Harpy Trap. No monster effects. This will stick till next turn. Then you can just go into Zeus, attack directly, Zeus the board, and then play the game. I went back to playing this one. This card really helps. Well, first of all, it's a Wing Beast, so Harpy's Featherstorm. And it really helps when they're trying to play through a lot of your cards that they now have to play through their cards getting bounced to hand. So like, what is a good example? Like if they summon Sequence, you can bounce it. If they summon the Fusion, you can bounce it because they have to equip to get the negate.
Yeah.
If you give them a fairy and you flip it and you have this, Ryzeal just plays for no reason because every time they summon, they don't get their effects. Then you just bounce them back to hand. And they can't summon them again until next turn. And if they summon enough of them, you know what their whole hand is. So you know that you just how to play around it. I really like this card. I think this card's really good going forward for this deck. That's just my opinion though. And we played the Downerd and the Zeus. A 2-wipe Zeus is so good right now, especially since a lot of people are playing board wipes. Or board breakers and not hand traps. The one Slayer's, I don't know, you have to play Slayer, I think. And then I played the SP, the SP, the IP, the Anima. The Anima's pretty much just a link off and go into this on your turn to get a pop. Sometimes you take things. That's all I played for links, so I didn't play a lot of links. I like to play the Exceeds a little more. And then I played these 3. So this one sends a card. This is your negate, and then this one gets you a search. But this one was the one I went into a lot more today because
The trap card, it's added back.
Yeah, so where's all these cards at? I'm not gonna do like a combo thing or nothing. I'm just gonna show you. So you can like, I don't know, Wanted, into Witch, send off Witch. You'll activate this for the people who like don't like things all over the place. Activate, this searches Witch, summon Witch, Witch sets this, activate, I don't know, we'll just say tribute to Witch. You can tribute off whatever. Go grab the Azamina spell. You can Azamina, send, you can summon this. You can grab this because usually you want to grab Wanted, so you add this to your hand. And then
You link away whatever you want.
you can link this away. If they're playing Bestials, do not link it away because this has to send the card back to get the search. So you can like bounce this to grab this. You can activate this, send this. You can say end on the negate, and then because you have a level 5 or higher illusion, this will set itself. So now you have, just off of which you have a negate, and you have a Book of Moon, and if you have Dragon, you just normal summon Dragon and do all your normal stuff anyways.
Yeah, this is this one here for everyone
That's
else.
that one there. Sorry, yeah. That is a Book of Moon. You target a special summon a monster and flip it face down.
And then you have to put it back with wanted during the next turn
And
because it's banished.
yeah, if it's in the grave, you have a level 5 or higher illusion, which all the Azaminas are. You can just set it. And when it's sent to the graveyard after you set it, it does get banished. So if you activate this, I could be wrong, but you can send this, but because it gets banished, you don't get the summon. So don't try and set this again and do it like hollowed again, because it won't work. But if this gets banished, you can just use wanted to put it back into the deck. If you have access to Witch again, you can grab it back with Witch. You can thrust it back out. Having 2 Book of Moons in one turn though today was like honestly just
Searchable book
like
of
an
Moon, which is,
FTK.
like, kind of the key point there. Like obviously,
Yeah,
book
yeah,
of Moon
sorry, the
is not the
searchable
greatest.
ones. It was like an FTK against a lot of decks. And like, if you have this up, too, more times than not, they won't pop it like these two. They won't try to pop either one with Detonator because they go get you the trap anyway. So even if they're still on the board and they pop them and they get destroyed, they both just go get you this. So like, it just gives you extra value off of these cards. But activate Wanted, which is 1 card, send another card, getting you a negate and a Book of Moon, and the negate also protects your dragon to just do whatever you want is like really good in my opinion. So I actually liked it more than the Kashtira cards today. I thought it was a little better. The Kashtira cards are still really good though, don't get me wrong. I played, just in my side deck, I played 3 Bell. This card stops twins. If you beat over
The detonator.
the Detonator in the battle phase, this can stop it in the damage step because it negates the activation. But
It's also just pretty good in the format. In
yeah,
general,
it stops
honestly.
the twins. It stops the Malice Link 3 from banishing 3 from grave. It stops,
Malice Field Spell.
yeah, I think it stops the Malice Field spell. It stops Bestials from being summoned. It stops revival cards. It just stops a lot of stuff. So I wanted to play it again. I think it's really good. We played these. This is just still like just another card that's pretty decent. I want to main deck this, but I don't know how I would even fit it in. But
Cut the Featherstorm.
it's still really good. No, we're not cutting the Featherstorm. That card is crazy. We played the 3rd Thrust, and then we just played like a couple Thrust targets.
Any of these like overshine today or anything like that?
Yeah, this one's crazy. Honestly, this card sucks. Don't just turn this into this. No, this card doesn't suck, but Simules or Simules was better because when they make the duo drive, you just flip this and they can't exceed. So like, it's fine. And if they have 2 exceeds on board, you can like flip this and then twins can't bring back something because
No more
you
XYZs.
can't make you can't make XYZs. If you play against a fusion deck and they want to fusion again, flip this, they can't fusion. Yeah, this card was really good. It was kind of like good against like everything because it stops links as well. So it's really good into Malice. And because you play Thrust, you play the 3 Thrust between your main and side. As everyone knows, Mimighoul will activate on your opponent's side of the field. It's their card effect, so you can just like thrust into this if you need it. And yeah, it just stops like a lot of the combo decks. Duster's Duster. And this, I don't know, combo decks, things like Ryzeal, like going second with Thrust.
We also have an Atlantean player at local, so the deck rolling more can come up sometimes.
Yeah, that's,
You don't
that's
get
also
hand-ripped.
true as well. I played 3 evenly. I don't know, it's a good board breaker, and I don't want to play this in 3s because every deck right now is so resilient. I don't want to like play the extra turn against like any deck right now. Like, I don't want to give them another turn. I'd rather just try and clear the board and then keep going. Like, Ryzeal has twins, so even if you Dark Ruler, like, once they get rid of the twins, it just brings back the Detonator. And this does absolutely nothing to the Ryzeal Reptile deck, so I preferred to play this. Just getting rid of the problems is better. And I played 2 Strike. This was supposed to be Judgments. I didn't know what my Judgments were, so I just played Strike.
Strike is still pretty good this format, though. Which
Yeah,
is
Strike's pretty good,
important to
especially if you're going first. Also, Strike mixed with, like, any, like, board, like, interaction card, if you're, like, already have it set, is also pretty good.
It's really good, yeah.
Yeah, this is just a good card in general. It stops the Detonator from hitting the board, stops the duo drive. It stops, it's one of the only cards that'll actually stop the, I can't think of the name, the Fiendsmith Link one.
Requiem.
Yeah, when they summon that, you can just like solemn the summon of Requiem, and then it just won't go get the rest of the engine going. Yeah, that's everything. Deck was sick. I really enjoyed it. I think the Azamina cards add like a lot.
It looked really cool today. I think I recorded a bunch on the channel, so yeah, stay tuned for that.
Yeah, they make it so you have to interact a lot more with the cards before you even like do anything, because like if you negate Witch, usually Witch is free anyway, so it doesn't matter. And if you don't negate Witch, you're gonna get
a Book of Moon.
You're gonna get a Book of Moon, you're gonna get a negate, and you're gonna get an extra draw. So you basically have 5 cards with Mimighoul going into like turn 1. and you haven't even Mimighouled yet. So all of that plus room is kind of just like, honestly, I just FTK'd everything today.
Yeah, well, congratulations. We saw you getting first place and a lot of good matches there, so definitely stay tuned on the channel if you want to see more of that. But stay safe. Peace.
Yeah.